Hello boys and girls, so today I wanted to give you a really quick demonstration on drawing the face since one of your choices this week is drawing someone that you appreciate. So when I go to draw someone that I appreciate, I'm going to make sure that I either have a photo of them in front of me or I'm actually looking at them. So I'm observing that person from either life or from a photograph. And the reason that artists do this is because when we go to draw something and we want it to look like that thing, we need to be able to reference our drawing in progress to either the photograph or the person. Once I have those things, then I'm able to get started with drawing. So when I go to make a portrait of someone, I start by making the shape of the head. And today I'm going to make sure that my head shape fills up this page so that I leave enough room to create all the other details of the face. So I'm going to get started with drawing the shape of my head. And remember, that's usually like an oval or egg-like shape. So again, I'm working really hard to fill up the whole page. I'm also drawing very light right now because I know that I might not get the shape of my head right the first time. So by going slow and taking my time, I make it more possible to do that. So I'm pretty happy with the shape of my head here. Once I have a shape of the head that I'm happy with, then I can move on to the neck. And if we remember from first grade, our neck is a lot thicker than we actually think it is. So I'm just going to make two lines that go down the sides of this person's head. And depending on how tall your paper is, you might also have some room to put in the tops of the shoulder. I have enough room to add the tops of the shoulders. So now I have the basic structure of what my portrait is going to be. Now I can start adding in the facial features. So I'm going to start next with the eyes. And if we remember, our eyes are actually in the middle of our head. And the reason that is because our hairline accounts for the rest of that space. So it won't look so funny when we're done. So when I go to make my eyes in the middle of my face, I make two football-like shapes as the eyes. So those are two curved lines. So I'm going to make a curved line for the top of each eye. And I'm also going to make a curved line for the bottom of each line. And when I'm looking at the picture of my person, I can see that this is about the shape of what their eyes are. When I look even closer at the photograph, I can also see the iris, which is the colored part of the eye. And when I'm drawing that, I know that that's actually a circle. So I'm going to make two circles inside of my eyes. And when I look even closer, I see that there's another circle inside of that circle, and that's called the pupil. So I'm going to make two pupils. And as I continue to look at the photograph, I might also see things like eyelids, maybe a few eyelashes, and eyebrows. Now I can move on to the nose. And there are so many different ways that artists draw noses. And there might be a lot of different ways that you know to draw noses as well. But when you go to draw this person's nose today, I want you to try your best to draw the nose as you see it. So when I'm looking in the mirror, and one way that I know to draw a nose is to use the capital letter U. So I'm going to use a capital letter U to make the first part of my nose. And then I also know that if I add two other letters U's to the sides of that nose, that I can quickly make a nose. Now, some artists leave it just like this, and other artists take the end of that capital letter U and bring it all the way up to the eye. And that makes the bridge of the nose. So again, I drew light, and I'm seeing that I think that the capital letter U needs to be a little bit smaller in the middle. There we go. Now I'm much happier with that. And now I can go and draw the mouth. And when you're drawing the picture of the person that you appreciate, think about the kind of expression that you want them to have. Do you want them to look happy? Do you want them to look serious? Or do you want them to have a different kind of expression? I want my person to be happy. So I chose a picture of them smiling. So I'm looking really closely at the shapes of the mouth. And just like when I was drawing the eyes, I see curved lines. So I see one curved line. And I see another curved line at the bottom. Then I can add in their top lip. And the bottom lip. I also, because they're smiling, I can also see their teeth. Maybe your person also has some smile lines. Maybe because they're smiling, you can also see a little mark on their chin, things like that. So once I have all my facial features in, then I can go back and add other things that make this person look like that person. So I need things like hair. I also might need ears and things like that. So I'm going to start next with this person's ears. And the ears actually are on the side of the head about where the eyes start. So I can make two long letter C's for this person's ears. Now I can go back and add the hair. The person that I appreciate has very long red hair. So I'm thinking about where his part is. I can erase the original line for the head because it gets changed because of the hair. So now that I have everything drawn out, at this point I can go back in and start adding color. So you can use anything you would like to do this. Maybe you'll use markers, colored pencils, or crayons. And you're trying to choose colors that best fit the picture or the person that you're looking at. So I'm going to go off camera to color my picture, and I'll come back when I'm finished. So this is my finished portrait. I decided to use crayons in order to finish up. And just like I said before I left, I tried to choose colors that best suited the picture of the person that I was looking at. So this person again has bright red hair, so I chose an orangey red crayon in order to color that in. They also have hazily colored eyes. So it's a little bit green and also a little bit brown. So I started with the green crayon and then I added the brown crayon on top so that it looks more like their eye. I also added a color in the background, and then with a brown crayon I added smaller details of their face. So for this person, because they have bright red hair, they have a lot of freckles on their face. So I did that with my brown crayon. So I cannot wait to see who you decide to appreciate with a drawing, and I'm sure that they are absolutely going to be so thrilled that you decided to appreciate them with a picture. So I hope you have fun. I can't wait to see it on Padlet, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya!